All right, well, hello everybody. We had a fun session on October 28th of this year called the State of Our Food Shed Forum, and we had some great speakers. Christian was one of them. We had Kevin Main, who's the director of the Marine and Freshwater Agriculture Program at Mote Marine. We had Paul Madison of Madison's Restaurants and Dr. Robert Klusen of Sarasota County Extension. They shared with us some interesting data about our local food system. Such as that as of 2012, there were 283 farms in Sarasota County, covering 80,000 acres, 283 acres per farm, which might sound like we have a lot of big farms, but actually if we look at this diagram, we'll see that the most are under 10 acres. Not all of this is great news. But we will get to our happy place here. So farms went down 7% between 2007 and 2012. Sales over the same period went down 19%. Partly as a result, 50% of farmers' primary income is off the farm, meaning they have to work a second job to pay for their farming habit. This number is actually below the national average, but still not very good. Not a good omen for the future. 58.2 years old is the average farmer. 14.8% of our total population is considered food insecure. So lots of issues. But there is a ray of sunshine in all of this. 2006 study done by a guy named Ken Meter from the Crossroads Resource Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, found that just a 10% shift towards local foods could add $80 million a year to our local economy. Just a 10% shift. And this would also start addressing a lot of these other issues as well. Towards buying 10% more food from our local farmers. That's what the 10% refers to. And there's reason for hope here. This is a study that was done by Sarasota County Extension recently, looking at the Englewood and Venice farmers markets over one season. And they're making a huge economic impact on their community, over 15 million for Englewood, over 10 million for Venice. So that 80 million figure could potentially actually end up being low. So we had these great speakers and we learned a lot, but that was just half of what we were doing. The other half was 50 stakeholders from all over our local food system, including some college students and just regular interested citizens, came together to discuss the current strengths and opportunities for our local food system moving forward. One was that model sustainable farms already exist. One that was mentioned was Echo down in North Fort Myers. If you know that, you know it's a really cool place. If you don't, look it up. Demand for local produce is high, definitely higher than supply is right now, at least according to anecdotal evidence. But I think it's significantly higher than supplies, which means we have a lot of room to grow. Resources, including land and food waste for composting, are available to support increased production. We have many farmers markets, although some of them don't have farmers yet. Our citizens are knowledgeable, or at least becoming more knowledgeable all the time. Access to fresh produce is increasing thanks to efforts by Sarasota County Health Department, All Faiths Food Bank, my organization, Transition Sarasota, and others. And we have great school programs, both in terms of edible school gardens and in terms of farm-to-school sourcing of local produce. Opportunities. The first one may get a few boos and hisses from the crowd, but I'm just the messenger here. Working with developers to incorporate agriculture into the design of developments, which would be a really good thing if we could make that happen. Policy and land use changes. There's been a group working on that this year. The Sarasota Food Policy Council that Dr. Klusen has led, providing some input into Sarasota County's comprehensive plan. Haven't really talked about it, but a lot of potential in our wild fisheries and aquaculture in this area, for sure. Food hub to aggregate and distribute produce to where people are already shopping and eating, grocery stores and restaurants. Community-supported agriculture. We actually don't have any CSAs in Sarasota County. We have Geraldson Community Farm up in Bradenton, Warden down in Punta Gorda, but none here. What's up with that, Sarasota? Shared processing facilities for canning, dehydrating, freezing, et cetera, a lot of value-added products. And then home-based and community composting. You know, what if you had a container that you could set out with your compost every week, sort of like your recycling, that then could be made to create something useful? Sounds pretty great to me. So lots of great ideas out there. I know we'll be talking about them more later. But thank you for your time.